Hey, welcome to Jofer Jeff. I'm Jeff, and today we're talking about a movie from 1988 called Destroyer. This is hard to find on DVD and VHS. I don't think it ever got a proper DVD release, so if you can find it on eBay on VHS, I suggest you grab a copy. It stars Lyle Alzado as the Destroyer. Ivan Moser, a big hulk of a serial killer. He's killed 25 people, sentenced to die in the electric chair. Something goes wrong and there's a riot at the prison during his execution. A bunch of guards are killed, a bunch of inmates are killed, so they decide to close down the prison. A year and a half later, at the prison, they use it as a set, and guess what? Ivan Moser is there and he's not really happy about it. The movie stars Deborah Foreman from Valley Girl and April Fool's Day. Yeah. Also stars Clayton Ronner from April Fool's Day. He was also in Madman. Not the Madman, but I, Madman. Just one of the guys, and The Relic. Anthony Perkins also plays the director of the movie. And that's pretty much it for known stars. If you're an old person, you remember Randy the hippie from the MTV commercials? He was in Arliss as well. He's also in this movie. And unlike a lot of the movies today, most of these deaths are off-screen. There are only really a couple. The warden gets killed up front. The cop who investigates gets killed up front. A lot of other people, they all die off camera. And it's kind of one of the weaknesses of the film. You're really expecting a violent movie, and it's really not. Let me give you the setup here quick. Okay, so Ivan Moser's been living in the prison for about 18 months. They're shooting this one prison movie. Looks like one of those bad women in prison flicks. I will spoil the ending for you, as I normally do. They've hired one of the old prison guards to be the caretaker of the prison while they're shooting the movie. That guy turns out to be Ivan Moser's father. Now, I know that would never happen in real life, that you would be a prison guard at the same prison your son is a member of, but apparently they do it in this movie. And he's actually helping his son kill people. Lots of nudity. There's not a lot of gore, but when it is, they do it really well. And it's a lot of this happened in the 80s. Low-budget movies actually had a pretty good standard of gore and special effects. They had to be. Even if you made a low-budget movie in the 80s, you had to shoot it on film, which cost money, and you had to have good gore effects. Some of them not as good as the others, but I really like this movie. I saw it on Cinemax when I was younger, and for some strange reason it stuck with me. I found a copy recently, I rewatched it again, and sure, it's not as good as when I originally watched it. I saw it when I was 15, and I thought it was the greatest movie in the world. Seeing it again now at 42, and seeing all these other horror movies that did it a lot better, sure, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but I still had a really good time. Lyle Alzado passed away shortly after, about 4 years later. He'll be missed. I like Lyle Alzado. If you grew up watching TV in the 1980s, it was Dick Butkus, Bubba Smith, Lyle Alzado. He was a member of the Oakland Raiders. Anytime they needed a big football player, Lyle Alzado was the guy. And he does really good in the movie. He's very scary, and I would have loved to see this continue as a series because he's very scary and very intimidating, and he makes a great villain. But the very low body count as well. A lot of the kills are off camera, like I said. One of the biggest kill scenes is the shower filming scene, and it's all done off camera. Basically, Deborah Foreman walks into the middle of it, and the only thing you see are blood everywhere and the tape recorder playing the murders. So he must have killed like 10 people in that room, and you don't see any of it. What you do see is later is Anthony Perkins is tied to the electric chair, and she tries to get him out of it, but she can't, and he gets fried. Randy the hippie from MTV plays the electrical engineer. He dies off camera as well. There's a pretty good end fight. Clayton Ronner fights Moser and gets his ass handed to him. There's also a cage under the prison that leads in the sewer system, and that's where one of the final battles takes place. I won't give you too much of the movie. Like I said, sure, it's not as great as when I first originally saw it, but it's definitely worth a watch if you can find it. You're only going to find it on videotape and probably on eBay. I downloaded a copy, don't tell anybody I said that, but well worth it. I think you should check it out. It's a great bloody time and has a lot of good things going for it. But yeah, check it out. Any comments, please leave below. Thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe, and see you next episode.